anybody tell these two clubs that they're only fighting for third place?
I know.
You know, the way they're playing, you think the World Championship itself are at stake here. 115 all, and we're to 5 minutes of extra basketball. Tote Marquez, he's been a big thorn on the collective sides of the Great Taste Coffee makers. Marquez is fouled.
Well, all of a sudden, the momentum seems to be with Shell Helix now. They're playing inspired ball because, remember, they came back from about a 19-point deficit earlier to tie the score at the end of regulation. And now here, Tote Marquez has a chance to finally give them the lead.
He just gave them the lead, and look at that big grin forming on his face. He swallowed another canary. We're 5 seconds into overtime. Well, this overtime period is only serving actually to prolong the suspense.
The long arms of Philip Cesar again responsible for that steal.
Good save by Philip Cesar, and here's Ray Lazaro banging it in off the glass. A 4-point lead for the Shell Helix owners in overtime. All of a sudden, the tables were completely turned on the Great Taste Coffee makers. They were figured to simply coast to victory in this game number 1. And Ricky Brown comes through with his 7th triple tonight.
7th triple,
just one shy of Jaworski's record of 8.
Right, he's going to tie Sonny Jay's record should he convert one more, and that's a big achievement for Ricky Brown, I think, should he do that.
I don't know how basketball historians will look at that feat, though, because it would happen in overtime.
Right.
Well, we'll have to confer with Joe Concepcion on this matter.
Well, that's a 6th personal foul of Steve Watson. I think they still consider that, Joe, overtime or regulation, whatever.
So long as it's in a single basketball game.
Correct.
Manny Victorino just checked in for Stevie Watson. Philip Cesar. Well, this was really an orchestrated effort on the part of the Shell Helix Oilers. Although Leo Austria turned in the 3-point shot that tied the ball game, actually it was the heroics of 2 or 3 other guys, specifically Philip Cesar and Tote Marquez, who engineered this big uprising.
Yes, Tote Marquez, definitely. He's been steady offensively. There he has the play again. Let's see what he can do with it.
He botched it. All right, 119 to 118. Just a 1-point lead here for Shell. But the mere fact that they were able to send this ball game into an extension period was phenomenal by itself. Joey Carpio, Manny Victorino caught napping there, almost failed to catch the ball as Willie Pearson didn't put enough muscle behind the shot. And once again, the Helix Oilers are on the attack. 3.5 minutes to go in overtime. And the Ultra continues to see an influx of people. Now there's a sea of humanity here. And I think it's safe to say that we have gone over the 12,000 mark. Philip Cesar.
A huge play by Philip Cesar underneath the basket gives them now a 3-point lead.
121 to 118. I don't know if that was a deliberate strategy on the part of Edith. Hey!
He just tied Sonny Jaworski's
Ricky Brown
record.
just equaled Sonny Jaworski's single-game record for triples. That's right. He's got 8 birdies, and now he has a chance to erect a new record.
What a performance by Ricky Brown, and in the Shell Helix team, Marquez and Philip Cesar have been outstanding.
Leo Austria a tad short with a 20-footer, and Manny Victorino gains control of the rebound for Great Taste. 121 all is the count, 2.5 to go in overtime. How does the prospect of a second overtime period strike you, Mr. Filio? It doesn't sit too well with you, I can tell from your face. Carpio with a turnaround. Won't go.
Don't even say it, Joe.
All right, so it's the end of the line for Manny Victorino.
Samlani will probably have to come into the ball game because Steve Watson has fouled out of the game too.
Things are beginning to look very dark here for the Great Taste Coffee makers.
And I wonder if Ricky Brown realizes that he has just equaled Sonny Jaworski's record and has a chance to break that record.
Well, of course, Sonny Jaworski could probably argue after the ball game that you did it in overtime period. I did mine in regulation. In any case, we've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in overtime. It's dead even at 121. Tote Marquez gets away from Jimmy Mananzala. Tote Marquez coming up with the heroics in this very crucial point of the ball game. Ricky Brown failed with his attempt to erect a new record for triples, but he's going to go to the line by way of a consolation prize. No penalty situation. That was only the first team foul for Shell.
Right, Great Taste has 3. In order to get into penalty in overtime,
you have to pick up 4.
4, yes, that's right.
Brown dances inside. Right now, what he's got in his mind is winning the ball game, not erecting a record. Loose ball recovered by Jimmy Mananzala. Jump shot by Joey Carpio. Too wide off the glass. Willie Pearson comes down with the offensive rebound.
Outstanding offensive board by Willie Pearson.
And finally, Mananzala comes through. Only the 11 point for Mananzala, but was that a lifesaver? It equaled the count anew, 123 all. A minute and 18 to go in overtime. Jorge Marquez is fouled on the way up by Joey Carpio. Or was it Willie Pearson?
I think Carpio. You're right. It is Carpio. And both Lazaro and Samblani banging heads there. Anyway, Joey Carpio fouls out of the game too. So that's 3.
That's it. You know, Great Taste has lost all its big men.
Yes. Victorino, Watson, and Carpio.
So now they'll have to settle for Jerry Samblani and Aaron Torres.
What a game we're seeing here. You know, Great Taste Coffee with that foul now puts them in penalty with 4. And Shell has only 1, Joe. So in the fourth quarter, that was reversed. And I think Lazaro might have a wound on his head.
Well, one thing sure, it's very painful. Have you ever tried to bang heads with somebody, Mr. Trina? Can I try banging your head against the wall so you'll know how it feels? All right, this happens often enough in boxing, but very seldom do we see this occurrence in basketball.
30 seconds injury timeout, Shell Helix.
Okay, 30-second injury timeout is awarded to the Shell Helix Oilers to allow Ray Lazaro to recover his wits.
I think it was against the tooth of Samblani.
That's really a painful experience. He saw a lot of stars there, and not of the JQ variety either. Right now, Tote Marquez is towing the stripe.
Pressure riding on his shoulders now. Yep.
Well, somewhere along the line, he had to succumb to something. I was beginning to wonder whether he was human or not.
Well, he shoots 50% from there, 2 out of 4.
He's living up to his split. So it's a 1-point lead for Shell. Time down to 69 seconds. By Cristobal fighting out the screws on Ricky Brown. Ricky Brown has already equaled Sonny Jaworski's record of 8 triples in a single ball game. Now makes his move inside the 2-point zone. Lays it in. So Great Taste regains the lead at 125 to 124, but there's still an eternity of basketball ahead of us. 50 seconds.
Yes, Great Taste, what they did that play was isolate Ricky Brown one-on-one, and there was no help defense from the Shell Helix.
Philip Cesar against Jerry Samblani. Here's by Cristobal putting it in. And it's become a pendulum affair. With 38 seconds to go, Shell is up by 126 to 125. Lazaro takes a mile-long skid. Here's Ricky Brown downtown with the leather. Covered by Cristobal. He goes cross-court to Aaron Torres. Mananzala is asking for the ball. He wants it. He goes to Ricky. Ricky's in the 3-point region. Now makes his move. It goes up against a double team. Too much muscle behind it. Jerry Samblani keeps it alive for Great Taste. Mananzala with a pump fake. Oh, ball slipping out of his hands. And here's Ray Lazaro with 10 seconds to go. He can go for the clincher. A 3-point lead for Shell. With 8 seconds to go, and as expected, Davey Galupan wants a timeout. He wants to work out a last-ditch effort to salvage this game for the Great Taste Coffee Makers. And I think it will do us well to...
Shell can foul 3 more times. Let's see. They might not foul, and a 3-point shot from Great Taste Coffee can tie the ball game and another overtime.
Well, right now we have another timeout.
Shell ball club is very excited there. Everybody talking at the same time for a while. But you know, they have 3 shooters also to go to. Aside from Ricky Brown, they have Willie Pearson and Jimmy Mananzala that can hit from the outside. Let's see. Okay, it has to be Ricky, and Ricky goes. Wow, it was straight.
With 1 second to go, it looks like it's all over. It is all over.
You know, he had a good line for a while, Joe.
He had a good line. And for a moment there, we had the specter of a new 3-point record staring us in the face. But as it turned out, it was a big, stunning upset scored by the Shell.